Well, here we go. No, I'm not Drew Franklin. Drew Franklin is having a grand old time in New York City, but it's me, Jack Pilgrim, alongside Zack Geoghegan.
Hi.
And Jacob Polacheck, celebrating a second win for Mark Pope to open the Mark Pope era. 100-72, hit the triple digits.
Give us 2 minutes.
Hitting the triple digits with a 100-72 victory. Kobe Brea leads the way with 20 points. The Cats go nuclear from 3. A lot of fun, not totally perfect execution the entire time. Some sloppy play here and there. But there's a lot to love about the second victory here at Rupp Arena, Zach.
Yeah, it was a great game from Kentucky. This is my girlfriend, Meredith Underwood, for everyone that wants to know. She has inserted herself into the rapid reaction.
I did!
What is your main takeaway, Mare, before we get into this?
Kobe Brea is the best shooter in the country.
There we go.
That's actually that's actually where I was going to start first. Kobe Brea with 20 points. He went 6 for 8 from 3 tonight. One of those situations where you don't even realize that he's that hot, and then he's just making everything out there. Kirk Kriisa, what do you got, my man?
Wait, what are we talking about?
Kentucky
What did you
basketball.
just
What are you
say?
talking?
We're legendary. Dogs. We're the best. We're going to win this year.
Legendary dogs and the best.
Who are your favorite players?
Number 2.
Number 2. Okay.
Number 1 and number 2.
What up?
KY Till I Die. We are.
Till I die.
I love it. All right, give me one take.
One take. Man, that Kirk Kriisa can pass the basketball.
Kriisa can pass. All right, get in here. What's your take? What's your one take?
Listen, I'm going to tell you right now, Amari Williams is the best player in college basketball right now.
These are the takes we need.
He can run the floor, and he facilitates his offense better than anybody I've ever seen do it, other than John Wall, and that's a crazy comparison. Tyler Ulis maybe, but I'll tell you right now, Estonian assassin for Kirk Kriisa. He is my favorite player, maybe of all time, and I've got a Tyler Hero jersey, but I might spend $140 to get a Kirk Kriisa jersey too.
I love it. I love it.
Y'all are great. Thank you so much.
Yes, we are all over the place with this rapid reaction. Should we get back to the actual game?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's rattle off some stats real quick.
Rattle them off.
We got Kobe Brea, 20 points, 7 of 11 shooting, 6 of 8 from 3. Jackson Robinson adds 14. Amari Williams, 13. Andrew Carr, 11. Otega Owe, 10 to round out the double-digit scores. Some injury news on Otega. That's some good news for Otega. A second double-double for Amari Williams. We talked about the facilitating, but Duke can also do what he was brought here to do and rack up double-doubles. Kirk Kriisa, 6 points. 12 assists.
12.
Just 2 turnovers.
12 assists off the bench. I have to imagine that hasn't happened very often in Kentucky basketball history. 12 assists off the bench.
And I liked that Mark Pope just kind of rode the wave where it wasn't Lamont Butler's game. He's not going to be able to just do everything every single game. Sometimes you just got to go with the hot hand. And Kirk Kriisa, I mean, like, you know that meme of Magic Johnson where he's like,
yeah.
That was actually Kirk Kriisa tonight, where I think he went out of his way to make every single pass that he threw a no look.
Kirk Kriisa's eyes might be his best trait, like his ability to look off defenders and just completely mislead them and misguide them into leading into wide open shots for Kentucky. But Jacob, you have to go to the press conference real quick, so let's actually get to you. What do you have for us? What are your stats, takes, thoughts?
So you constantly hear Mark Pope talking about assist to turnover ratio and how that's a huge focus of this team. Well, Kirk Kriisa, 12-2 assist to turnover ratio. The team finished 23-15. So he really led the way in that department. Nobody else was really especially great passing the ball and taking care of the ball. So having a guy like that coming off the bench and making an impact like that is huge. And then we talked about it, Kobe Brea, he is the best shooter in college basketball. And having a guy like that is just so big for this team.
In our walkover to Rupp from Zach's house, we had an pregame MVP that was Trent Noah. Just dig into Trent Noah's
What was your prediction first?
So I predicted 4 threes. He missed his one attempt. He was wide open in the corner. You can look. He didn't get the ball. He should have gotten the ball there. Justice for Trent Noah. It's coming next game.
2 for 2 on Trent Noah games, though, and Travis Perry games. We're getting the full run.
Guys are coming in.
Yeah, and they played well. It was just a really I like their response. We'll see.
There goes Jacob.
He's heading to the Mark Pope press conference, but I like the fact that they started out red hot, cooled down, got really, really sloppy, turned the ball over, bad shot selection, horrendous shot selection, and then the way they recovered and kind of built on some of their mistakes, saying, all right, let's kind of toss that out and then continue with what has been working for us. I really, really like the way the Cats responded after that pretty sloppy start there in the middle of the first half.
Yeah, it was like a 4-minute span there where they scored 4 points, I think, like kind of late in the first half there. But the thing you notice is Kentucky's lead never got below 12 points. So even throughout all the offensive struggles, they were still playing great defense. I want to point out that Noah Williamson, the guy that we were saying the whole time that Kentucky needed to slow him down, they immediately slowed him down. He picked up 2 quick fouls immediately. I'm sure Mark Pope made that a point, like, hey, Amari, this one's on you. If you want to prove yourself, go shut this guy down. He did immediately. 2 quick fouls. Noah Williamson finished with 7 points. He was 3 for 12. That is their all Patriot League. Finally got it. I was saying Horizon a bunch of times. Their all Patriot League guy. They shut him down. So great job from Amari Williams and Brandon Garrison. Brandon Garrison finally got his little hook shot to fall. It was from a foot and a half away, but it finally went in. It looked great. He had a great highlight block as well. The best part was that 4-minute stretch there where the offense was just not clicking. It was the game slippage that Mark Pope keeps talking about. It happened again, but it's fine because the defense held firm. It looked, they still took I think a 16 or 18-point lead into the halftime break. Then the second half, they're just cruising. We saw Kerr Krissa just nearly setting the
unbelievable.
Gym on fire.
Kerr was
his energy is
so
awesome.
good.
He wants to try and get in front of every defensive stop. He's slapping the stanchion in the back. He's just so much fun to watch. Great game from Kerr.
Big time takeaway. The one that I think Mark Pope will be talking about. Jacob Polacheck's probably listening to Mark Pope say this right now. Offensive rebounding was abysmal to start with. 2 exhibition games, including the regular season opener, -7 through those first 3 competitions on the offensive glass. Not acceptable for a team that is so 3-point centric, relying on second chance opportunities. They weren't getting much of any of them. So for them to respond with 22 offensive rebounds, I believe they had 8 in the first 8 minutes.
Yeah.
Very clearly a top point of emphasis. We got to be better at that. Mark Pope talked about it on Thursday, said that for us to become the team that we want to be and need to be, we have to be better on the offensive glass. So very awesome to see them kind of take a coaching strategy and say, hey, we got to do better at this, and then for them to execute at the highest level in that regard. It's a sign of a really mature team and something that you really want to see at this stage in the season.
Yeah, I don't think they had more than 45 rebounds in either of the first 2 preseason games or this past game. 57 rebounds tonight. So very much an emphasis on the glass there. They did a great job. Mark Pope also talked in the last press conference about getting as many transition points as possible. They had 24 tonight. A decent job there. Fired up 36 threes again tonight.
There we go. Got back on pace.
The shots
exactly
were
where we
getting
wanted.
up there as well.
His pace tonight.
You tell me. Yeah. What do you think about Chris?
I think it was amazing. I think that we played really good tonight. I was really excited for the 100-point game, but we didn't cover the spread. I thought we was going to. We didn't.
Well, tell me first where you got this nice sweatshirt here.
Out of my grandparents' closet.
Perfect.
Oh, that's even better.
I love it.
I didn't know how cold it was, and they told me, and I was like, well, I need something. They was like, here it is. So that's just out of my grandparents' closet.
Well, it looks great. Goes with the flow.
Thank you, yeah.
I think it's better than Jack's, actually.
I don't know about that. I like those colors better.
The yellow is nice. I'm a big fan of the yellow.
I got to ask, Duke against Duke on Tuesday. How are we feeling?
Well, I love it. I wish it was a home game because we got season tickets, but I'm really excited for it. It's going to be a great game.
Who wins?
I think we do.
Hey, I love it. Hey, that was a big talking point as well. Mark Pope opens his media day talking about the Japanese proverb about being still and how important it was for them to live in the moment, not look ahead, not look behind. And this was their first real opportunity to have something ahead of them to look forward to with Duke, the bright lights, the trip to Atlanta. And Mark Pope said, for us to be the team that we want to be, for us to hit our potential, we can't look ahead to Duke. How we execute today against Bucknell is going to really kind of tell what this team's maturity and how they are able to stay in that moment. I think they answered that call. 100 points, 28-point win. I think they answered that call about as well as you possibly could.
Yeah, I definitely think we've seen enough so far that we can feel. You don't want these games to get to the 12-point range towards the end. Kentucky is finishing these games off. They're starting them well enough. It gives you hope that going into a game against Duke and a team that, if we're being honest, the talent level is going to be better than Kentucky, but Kentucky is going to have the experience by far. Which one wins out in an early season game like this? I think we've seen enough so far that you can believe that Kentucky has more than a fighter's chance of winning this game. And probably, will they be favored? Do we think it'll be that close?
No, I think Duke will be favored because of the Cooper Flag height, because of the,
And Cooper Flag is indeed good at basketball.
Which also brings me to my next point. Otega Oweh could not afford to lose him. When he goes down, he hurts his arm. My first instinct was, oh, man, that's like the one guy that we need as a Cooper Flag stopper, potentially. And if not, Con Knippel, he is going to be one of the defensive stoppers for Duke's, high-powered offense. having him come back, he goes down, gets hurt, but then the way he comes back and plays really, really well, that was probably one of my favorite takeaways of the game, is because it makes me feel so much better about the game against Duke by having Otega.
Yeah, Owe missed a couple of threes, the ones that he'd been making.
Cool down a little bit.
Yeah, the mid-range jumper, he took a couple of those that maybe you don't want to see, but he'll settle back in. He'll figure out his rhythm. I think, like you said, he still had, 10 points.
Yep.
So still a double-digit score. He's still impressing, showing us what we need to see from him. His defense is unreal. Like, if you are not carrying the ball like a running back, like your Derrick Henry, he is going to rip it away from you. He's like I don't know what position his brother plays in the NFL.
Defensive end.
So maybe
pass rusher for the Ravens.
Do we think that he teaches? Hey, give me that.
do you think he's the guy that does the
maybe
strip sack drills?
I think so. We'll just say that anyways. Maybe I'll ask him about it in the post game press conference. I think that's all I've got though. Any other takeaways you got?
I love the response. That was kind of my big takeaway. The thing I had my eyes on was Duke. How do they respond? Do they come in with the intensity and with the execution the way you want? Definitely didn't look, the slippage conversation, all that. It definitely looked like they were ready for this moment, wanting to execute at the highest level against this opponent before even thinking about Duke. That's for another day. That's for another time. For them to come out and respond the way they did, even with some small adversities, that I think it's about as solid of a performance as you could ask for, given good competition, man. I mean, it's a really good mid-major team picked to go fourth in the Patriot League. You want these kind of tune-up games before something like Duke, so I really, really, really enjoyed the execution.
It was great. Fans, Tuesday's game, who's winning?
We think the UK all the way.
Well, hello. What's up?
We're about to end.
I'm not with Sean and you can't speak.
All right, we're going to end things here. Duke predictions. We'll go one by one here.
Yeah, I think 96 UK, 61 Duke.
Whoa.
And I think it's because it's the consistency. We're playing, it was 103 the first game, right? You think Mark Pope, it's like rocking the world, all right, but they back it up with a 100 piece ourselves. That's 101.5, so that's like some pretty elite stuff. I think we can keep it up. Obviously, Duke is a little bit better than Bucknell, not a ton, not levels above.
I
think they'd probably be 2 or 3 in the Patriots League. I think you were saying Bucknell was 4, so that adds up in my mind. But yeah, I definitely think we can do some solid all-around work.
That is the take I wanted to hear. All right, how can you one-up that?
Cats by 90.
That's by 90. That's all you need.
Easy peasy.
One more.
I'm going to go a little different than them. Close game. Cats win, always.
Oh, I thought we were about to get a little bit of hate. I thought we were about to slide in a Duke. I was like, whoa. I don't like the way this is trending, but I appreciate your response.
We will win, though.
There we go.
Hey, there you have it.
We'll see KSR.
We'll be down in Atlanta. If you see us, come say hi. We're going to be live basically from the second we arrive in Atlanta. You do not want to miss us. KSR YouTube channel. We're out.